These are women who are not receiving accurate sex-based education. They might not be understanding their fertility, how pregnancy really happens.
So I haven't posted about this yet because I wanted to wait for the ultrasound, but I'm pregnant. I've been out as trans for 2 years. That hasn't changed. About a year ago, my mom told me that she kind of hoped that pregnancy would change my mind.
There are clearly multiple layers of very mentally unstable and unfit people in this home. And clearly there's reason why this painfully young woman is, who I'm almost sure is a teenager, is now pregnant, looks like she's unpartnered, clearly lives with her mother, and the mother is saying that she hopes that when she gets pregnant, why are you even talking about this to your teenage daughter? You're putting in her head about maybe pregnancy will help cure you. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, I can't.
This morning, she sat me down and had a conversation with me about how it hurt her that I kept calling myself a dad. She pretty much told me that I needed to stop until after I've given birth, because until then, I was like, no, that's not how this works.
The level of narcissism is so real. It's crazy. I always think back to episodes of intervention, and even in just real interventions, not just the dramatized ones on that show, but with a drug or a drug addict or an alcoholic, and everybody has to sit around and confront the addict and the alcoholic and let them know how much their disease is hurting them. And that's a really powerful way to sort of confront somebody with a problem and say, we love you, we want you to get help. You don't exist in a vacuum. You are part of a tapestry, you're part of a family, part of a community, and what you do and your illness is harming all of us. And this is what the one context where that is just beyond the pale. The narcissism in this movement is stunning.
She said I needed to think about her and how it makes her uncomfortable. And I brought up the fact that I do nothing but make sure the people around me are okay and comfortable. And she tried to say, no, you don't.
All right, let's take a vote. Who do we think is telling the truth? This young girl or the mom? Let me know in the comments.
I was like, yes, I do. And she's like, how? So I brought up how I didn't correct her when she called me her daughter. And how I don't correct her when she uses she, her pronouns for me. Because I know how uncomfortable she is with the whole thing. She brought up the fact that it makes her feel like who I was before is dead. And so I threw back at her how she had already told me that I killed her daughter. Almost 2 years ago now. Even my boyfriend can support me on this. And he got me pregnant.
The window of fertility, the way that their cycle is. If they're, if they've been on testosterone for a long time, but they are still cycling, do they understand? Do they understand what times they're fertile, how to combat their fertility? I'm sorry, not combat it, control it.